Hunky Dory was one of those albums where Bowie proved to people how good he really could be as a musician. He had released 3 solo records before this one, but none of them took his career to the next level like this one did. Sure, he had a lot of success with the song Space Oddity, but that was his one big hit until he dropped this album. On Hunky Dory, you had Changes and Life on Mars, arguably 2 of the best songs he's ever made. But it's not just the outstanding music that's so interesting about this album. It's also an album that clearly showcases the early inspiration for Bowie's next album, the magnum opus, that is Ziggy Stardust. In this video, we'll try to examine some of the lyrical segments that hinted to, or obviously foreshadowed, the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Although Hunky Dory is filled with pop and glam rock sensibilities that are easy to take in, some of the subject matter in the lyrics really stand out and give us a taste of what Bowie explored more in later years. Not just things that he explored on Ziggy Stardust, but throughout his entire career. Changes is a great example of this. Changes talks about the compulsive nature of artistic reinvention, how you must constantly push yourself to take on new artistic endeavors, no matter what other people say or think about you.
How the others must see the faker. I'm much too fast to take that test.
Bowie mentions how he's too fast to be tested by his haters. And from several interviews with Bowie and people that worked with him, we know that he is one of the fastest and most hardworking musicians that ever existed.
I had never seen anybody in my life work as hard as that guy did.
He was basically too obsessed with exploring new musical territory to care about what his fans thought about him. It's because of this strong obsession with music that he was able to take on new personalities and genres throughout his entire career so easily. But this is not just a song about Bowie's artistic values and actions, it's also about his understanding of the world. During the chorus, he sings about how things change with time and how it's impossible to go back. It seems like he's very aware of this fact and that he wants to embrace it by living out every single moment, even though it might be strange or fearful at times.
Soon now you're gonna get older. Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
Moving on, we find the second track, Oh You Pretty Things. This song was inspired by one of multiple dreams and nightmares Bowie had at the time.
Wake up, you sleepy head. Put on some clothes, shake up your bed.
The song starts out with Bowie waking up a friend, girlfriend, or possibly his wife for breakfast in the morning. What seems like a normal day turns into a nightmare when Bowie sees a crack in the sky and a hand reaching down for him. His inspiration to write about his dream came from psychiatrist Carl Jung, whose advice to people with horrible nightmares was to express them in writing. And so the writing turned into this song.
All the nightmares came today, and it looks as though they're here to stay.
During the next phrases, Bowie asks what humanity is coming to. And this might be an actual concern, but the lyrics are too twisted to be taken seriously when he starts talking about Homo superior, a science fiction based human race or alien race that come to visit Earth.
Let me make it plain. Gotta make way for the Homo superior.
This theme of aliens again serves as a taste of what was to come in the future. Remember, Ziggy Stardust was an album based entirely on the concept of the world coming to an end through alien contact. And talking about aliens,
Is there life on Mars?
this is the golden gem of this album. Life on Mars was a massive hit and created a legacy as one of Bowie's most beloved songs. The music is fantastically made with grandiose arrangements and impressive dynamic shifts, but part of the success is also connected to the detailed and evocative story in the lyrics.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the map.
The lyrics talk about this girl who find her parents having an argument. They tell her to go away. and so she does. The girl walks to the cinema alone and watches a movie to distract herself from the painful family life.
To the seat with the clearest view. Then she's hooked to the silver.
Many fans will probably see the connection between the girl and Bowie. He too grew up in a troubled home. His mother didn't believe in his potential to become a musician. Some of his mother's family members had committed suicide because of mental issues, and the family rarely talked openly about their issues with other people. It's because of these dark secrets that Bowie always felt alone and different. Luckily for us fans and Bowie himself though, he managed to show us how different he actually could be. Now the last song that's one of the more outstanding ones on this album is the 10th track, Queen Bitch. The song was a homage to Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground, who inspired him massively during the beginning of his career. The New York environment that the Velvet Underground introduced to Bowie was filled with drugs, transvestites, and uncompromised art.
She's an old-time ambassador, sweet-talking, night-walking games.
The song is about a drag queen that Bowie's observing. He's watching her hook up with men in the club and buying drugs on the street. And in the chorus, Bowie comments on how he would have been an even better drag queen than her.
Gold and bibbidi-bobbidi hat. Oh God, I could do better than that.
Whether he sings this with a sense of jealousy is unclear. But if you've ever seen images or live clips of Bowie before, you know that he's probably the world's most famous drag queen. Now, Bowie had already posed as a drag queen on the cover of his previous album, The Man Who Sold the World, but it became a theme once he did it again for this cover, and it more or less became a lifestyle once he created Ziggy Stardust a year later. The androgynous alien character evolved into a concept that both fans and Bowie himself contributed to during the release and tour of Ziggy Stardust. And the 4 most famous songs from Hunky Dory all foreshadowed this concept. Oh You Pretty Things talked about aliens he had dreamed about. Changes talked about how he wanted to change into something different as an artist and musician. Life on Mars talked about how he felt different from others because of a rough childhood, while Queen Bitch further solidified his interest for the androgynous and his willingness to play that character. If you want to check out some of Bowie's early and most impressive work, and at the same time learn a little bit about his development as an artist, I highly suggest you check out Hunky Dory. It's an amazing record. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I just wanted to let you know that I still do take requests for future topics in my videos, so let me know in the comments below what rock band or rock artist you want to see next, okay? Cheers, bye.